Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kunal here. Today we are going to read about the subject of geography, which is chapter number 1, Nature and Subject Matter of Geography. Geography is one of the oldest earth science and its roots date back in the works of the early Greek scholars. The words geography was first used by the Greek scholar Aristophanes in the 3rd century BC. Geography is made out of two words, geo and graphy. Geo means the earth's surface. In other words, geography is the study of the interaction of all physical and human phenomena and landscape created by such interactions. It is about how, why, and where human and natural activities occur and how these activities are interconnected. In simple words, the object of the geography is to know that the earth is in its total character, including physical, biological, human phenomena interacting with each other. Geography has undergone changes in its approach. The earlier geographers were descriptive geographers. The earlier geographers were descriptive geographers. Later, geography came to be developed as an analytical science. Integration of heterogeneous phenomena needs analysis as well as synthesis of multiple factors. Today, the discipline is not only concerned with description but also with analysis, synthesis, as well as prediction. In this lesson, you will learn how important geography is in everyday life. The study will encourage you to understand your surroundings environment with greater interest. You will also study various approaches, methods, and branches of geography. Outcomes: after studying this lesson, learner describe the use of the geography in daily life. Second, traces development of geography as a discipline. Third, explain human environment relationships and their impacts on each other. Fourth, illustrates the systematic and regional approaches of geography. Fifth, explains various analytical techniques in geography and identifies the different branches of geography and its scopes. 1.1, Geography in daily life. One pertinent question is, why should there be such field as geography? The answer is that this is the only living planet, universe, or world in which we live and can directly experience. You must have noticed that the Earth's surface is ever changing. In general, the natural features like mountains, rivers, lakes, etc. change slowly, while the cultural elements like buildings, roads, crops change fast. Traveling from one place to another, you notice that the number and the types of trees change from area to area. All this is because of the changes in factors governing the growth of trees such as climate, soil, and terrain, and the continuous interaction between the environment in which we live in and the way we use it. The study of geography is about observing such patterns. Another aspect of geography is to understand the factors or reasons behind the areal differentiation, how social, cultural, economic, and demographic factors change our physical landscape and create new or altered landscape by human interventions. For example, human settlements are the transformation of forest or barren land for living purposes by human beings. The features of the earth have a different significance for people of different cultures or different times and different groups and individuals within the same time and culture. Geography is often thought of as the art of making and studying maps. Map gives us a such more correct and view of the graphic view of the way the earth's surface looks compared to a picture of drawing. As earlier, even today, geographical information about an area is available through reports, travel diaries, and gazetters. At present, maps can be drawn by using satellite images, using geographic information system tools. Computers easily convert the information from satellites images into map to show what changes development can bring about. Such information is of benefit to society. Such map makers are in great demand today. Nowadays, geographers, engineers, environmental scientists, city planners, social scientists, and many others learn to use GIS to understand the earth better. Geography not only investigates what is on the earth but also why is this there. Geography studies the location of the activities, carefully identifies patterns using maps and find out the reasons for these patterns. The areas are then described based on the distribution of landforms, population, house type, and agriculture. They discover the linkage and the movement between places and are able to infer the spatial processes that are working in an area. Today, all over the world, there are problems related to providing food security, health, effective energy use, and environmental conservation. Equally important are equality issues and sustainable development. All these can be achieved by using our resources in sustainable ways. Study of geography is therefore necessary to learn more about environmental processes and to understand how land use planning can help us to overcome problems. Geographical thinking and concepts affect our daily decisions in a number of ways. For example, when urban master plans are made, rural development strategies are considered, it is important to understand the physical structure, climatic condition, and the availability of resources in an area. The decision to shift industries from city areas would require the extension of industrial and land use into the farming areas. This would displace farmers and their sources of income. Similarly, the construction of a railway line or highway causes urban development. Many economic activities concentrate along such corridors. Thus, knowledge of geography plays a crucial role in identifying suitable sites for different types of projects with minimum collateral damage to the surroundings environment as well as to the local community. Nowadays, the need to provide relief material to all the affected persons after a flood or an earthquake requires a good understanding of the geography of the area, distribution of reliefs functional and related to the needs of people according to climate or terrain. Basic concepts. Geography has been defined differently through different periods of the history. Geographical work in ancient Greece had followed two distinct traditions. One was the mathematical tradition, which was focused on fixing and location of places on the Earth's surface, and the other was gathering geographic information through travels and the field work. According to them, the purpose of geography was to provide a descriptive of the physical features and conditions in different parts of the world. The emergence of the regional approach in geography also emphasized the descriptive character of geography. According to the Humboldt, geography is the science related to the nature and it studies and describes all material things found on earth. The word cosmos was used by Humboldt to describe the nature of the outer space and earth. He imparted unifying perspective to the studies of science, nature, and mankind. Another important school of thought defined geography as a study of man environment relationship. The concept of Enkande Karl Ritter chorology by Huttner and the aerial definition by the Hart's throne emphasized the regional approach to study geography. It was only Karl Sohr Hudson debate that the use of the quantitative method in geography increasingly accepted and popularized, due to which spatial analysis became possible. Subsequently, welfare approach, radical approach, humanistic approach, modernism, and postmodernism approaches enriched the studies in the geography. In-text question 1.1. What is geography? Why is the Earth's surface changing? Who has coined the term geography? Which are the two distinct traditions followed by Greeks? Now we will study about 1.2 development of geography. First is ancient period. The earliest records illustrate the interest of scholars in understanding the physical domain of the earth by making maps and astronomical measurements. The Greeks are given the credit of being the earliest geographers, prominent among them being Herodotus, Thales, Aristotle, and Eratosthenes. Pre-modern period. This period, starting from this middle of the 15th century, continuing with the 18th century, provides us with the enormous information about the physical and the cultural nature of the world. By the travels and the exploration of early geographers, the early 17th century witnessed the beginning of a new scientific geography. Christopher Columbus and the Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan, and Thomas Cook were important explorers and travelers. Among those, Berenice, Kant, Humboldt, and Ritter led the geographers of this period. They contributed in the development of the cartography and discovering new lands and developing geography into a scientific discipline. Modern period. Ritter and the Humboldt are frequently referred to as the founder of the modern geography. Generally, the latter half of the 19th century is considered to a period of modern geography. The first modern geographer is the true sense was Retzel, who built the structure of modern geography on the foundations laid by the classical geographer. Recent period. The development of geography during the post Second World War period has been very rapid. The American and the European geographer was Hartshorne have contributed the most during this phase. Hartshorne described geography as a science of dealing with the areal differentiation. The present day geographer look upon regional approach and the systematic approach as complementary rather than contradictory. Scope of geography. Geography has now acquired the status of science that explains the arrangements of various natural and cultural features on the Earth's surface. Geography is holistic and interdisciplinary field of study engaged in understanding the engaging spatial structure from past to the future. Thus, the scope of geography is in various disciplines like armed services, environment management, water resource, disaster management, meteorology, and planning, and various social sciences. Apart from that, a geographer can help in day to day life like tourism, computing, housing, and health related activities. Approaches for the study of geography. This is 1.3. Today, geography is the only discipline that brings all natural and human sciences on a common platform to understand the dynamics of the spatial configuration of the Earth's surface. There are two main approaches. In geography. First is systematic, second is regional. Systematic approach, a study of a systematic or a natural phenomena at world scale that gives rise to certain spatial patterns, structures on the Earth's surface is called systematic study. This approach was given by Humboldt, a German geographer 1769 to 1859. Ordinarily, a systematic geography is divided into three main branches. Additionally, a philosophy of the subject and use of the quantitative techniques help in understanding the subject and analysis and synthesis of the phenomena respectively. Main branches of systematic geography are: first, physical geography; second, human geography; third, biogeography including environmental geography; fourth, methods and the techniques in geography. Physical geography, it deals with earth system like atmosphere, air, hydrosphere, water, the lithosphere, earth and solid rock, and biosphere, which encompasses all earth's living organism. Astronomy, geomorphology, climatology, oceanography, hydrology, water resources, and soil geography are the sub branches of physical geography. Let us discuss some of the branches in brief. Second is human geography. It describes population and the dynamics of social, economic, and political aspects of space. The sub branches includes population geography, settlement geography, economic geography, resource geography, agriculture geography, industrial geography, social and the cultural geography, geography of health, political geography, transport geography, and historical geography. Third is biogeography and environmental geography. Environment geography. It focuses on evolution and the distribution of plants, flora, including grasslands and forests and animals, fauna, ecosystem, and the environment. Focuses on the process, types, distribution, human nature, relations, and the quality of the living environment, including the element of water, air, noise pollution, solid waste, and wastewater management. Fourth is geographical methods and techniques. It deals with the methods and techniques for field studies, qualitative, quantitative, and cartographic analysis, and use of geography information system, GIS, global positioning system, GPS, and remote sensing of mapping, modeling, and spatial analysis. Regional approach. Vidal de Balech, Karl Ritter, Alfred Hettner, and the Richard Hartness were the prominent geographers who advocated a regional approach in geography. Unlike systematic approach, regional approach starts with the spatial imprints of one or all the systematic geography processes discriminable as regions or different sizes. Regions would be based on a single factor like relief, rainfall, vegetation, per capita income, etc. They would also be multi-factor regions formed by the association of two or more factors. Administrative units like states, districts, tehsils also can be treated as regions. The main sub-branches of regional geography are: first, the regional studies, regional planning, regional development, and regional analysis. First is regional studies. It refers to the study of region. It compromises macro and large scale like the whole world or a country, meso or medium scale like the region such as Chota Nagpur Plateau, and micro or small scale like a village, tehsil, or a district. Regional planning. It is planning of a region at a different scales, country, rural or urban. Regional development. It is the execution of regional plan, that is development of a region at different scale size. Regional analysis. It refers to the description, analysis, synthesis with a regional approach to understand the spatial disparities in development. In text question 1.2, which are the main branches of systematic geography? Second, name the main branches of regional geography. Rest we will read tomorrow. Thank you and thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Kindly subscribe to the channel and focus on your education.